What's up, y'all? Today we're going to talk about what goes into and why you might need my favorite direct box, the Countryman DT85. Alright, let's get going. So the first thing that anyone says about these direct boxes is that they're built like tanks, and that's true, man. These things are crazy durable. This all-metal housing can take a beating. I've been on so many different stages throughout the years, and I look at these direct boxes and they're beat to hell, and I look at the stage manager like, are you sure this is gonna work? And he looks at me, oh yeah, it'll be fine. And of course it works fine. One of the reasons why this direct box consistently works across the years is that the inputs and outputs are all recessed into the actual housing of the DI. So this keeps all your cables protected from accidental stagehands stepping on them, groupies, blah blah, you name it. It's pretty much going to be able to handle whatever you throw at it. They're crazy good like that. It's pretty much got all the standard things you'd expect out of a modern direct box. It's got phantom power, it's got an instrument in, and it's got an output to your amp. So that way you're going to be good to go. You can run straight to the house and you can run straight into your amplifier and you're going to be great. You can do whatever you want, your tone's going to sound wonderful. Another great thing about these direct boxes is that it's got a 9-volt battery built into the DI. So this way you can get up to 400 hours of runtime off of one brand new 9-volt battery, at least according to their website. I always run off of phantom power. It's usually not an issue for me, but it's nice to know that you have that as a backup. It's crazy. I did run into a circumstance recently where it felt like it wasn't working, and maybe it was because the 9-volt battery was dead, but I went ahead and replaced it and everything just worked fine. But that's something you'll be aware of. Not that it's ever going to be an issue. You should be great off of phantom power. But what's crazy about these things, and this is something that I didn't even really realize until recently, is that these things can take an amplifier load. And what I mean by that is you can take your amplifier out that would normally go to a speaker and plug it into this direct box, and it will translate that into a balance signal to go straight to the soundboard. It's crazy. All you have to do is take your speaker out from your amplifier and plug it into the instrument input on this direct box, and then flip the switch to speaker. It's also important that you actually connect this direct box to your speaker, so that way the direct box doesn't get destroyed, because if you do it just by itself, it's gone. So, amplifier in, connect it to a speaker cable, engage the switch. And according to the website, it can handle 1700 watts at 8 ohms at that load. And on top of that, it says it won't even break it if you go above it. It's got protective circuitry in there. That's insane. I've never done that before, but I plan on doing it here in the near future just to see how it goes. But let me tell you the main reason that I own this thing, and it's the tone that I get beats any direct box I've ever used in my entire life, like the standard ones. Out of the water, at least with the P bass. I can imagine the jazz bass, you could want to go with the JDI or something like that, but with my P bass, I absolutely love this. It gives all the clarity and content that you would expect from a direct box, and maybe the slightest bit of tube-ish warmth. I don't know, but like when you go through this, like everything is just rich and full and crispy and just what you would expect out of your signal in just a little direct box. I've used so many high-end DIs and direct boxes and crazy things over the years, and yet this is what I've chosen to be my main workhorse. I'd pick this over a red DI, I'd pick it over an Ampeg SVT DI if you guys know what those are. I'd pick it over a SansAmp for sure, I'd pick it over a JDI for sure, I'd pick it over those new Neve DIs that they have out. I mean, all those DIs are absolutely crazy and like way cool and do a good thing, but in my opinion, they don't come close to this thing. And this only costs $150 on Amazon right now. 150 bucks. That's really hard to beat. The only thing that I've ever experienced that actually beats this thing as far as tone goes is the Noble Preamp direct box, and that thing costs like what, I think $1,200 if you want to do rush shipping, $1,000 if you don't. And that improvement is really good. Like, trust me, like those Noble preamps are just insane. But it's pretty hard to justify $1,200 when you can get this thing that's going to last you forever for $150. So I always have this guy in my gig bag. It's just crazy reliable, crazy good tone. I don't use it every single gig because a lot of venues and sound guys have their own preferences, and you know what, you might as well run through what they've got going because that's what they're used to. But just in case something craps out, or someone would prefer you to use your own stuff, or you've got a consistent gig, I say go with this one. Unlike many things in life, this thing is never going to let you down. So that's it, y'all. Hope it's been helpful. Hit me up in the comments if you have any questions, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.